Okay, hello everyone. Thank you for joining this Sunday morning. At least it's morning here. So we'll start with the first training session. So Bhupinder is our trainer today and he will introduce you to the program.
Hey, hi guys. Hello everyone. I'm Bhupinder and I'll be going through all the training plans and stretches today. So just a little bit about myself. I've been into cycling from last 3 years and I run here and there also. So uh, I know a little bit about running, not much, but yeah. And like stretches are part of like mostly all the endurance sports. So those I can go through like in details. So yeah. So first of all, so we have provided different platforms to kind of club your activities and see your progress. So one is I think the WhatsApp group. So I think that Rachna can tell you about that later. And the other one we have is the Strava group. Uh, so if you already have installed Strava and like you have joined the group, that is well and good. Otherwise, like we can just go through, like how to search, how to just roam around Strava and see like your activity and your how to get some data about your run and everything. So I'll just share my screen. So I guess you all can see my screen, right? Yeah.
Yes.
So you can just like once you open Strava and you log in, you can go to explore and you can go to clubs. And here like you can search for Asha Purdue runners, and like it won't show me right now because I'm already part of the group. But like once you open that particular group, so you can like you'll get an option to join here, and once you join, you can see all the like other people's progress and your progress and everything. So yeah. So this is just to be part of the group and do it collectively as a group and see other people's activity and get motivated. So yeah. So this is about it. And like if you want to track your runs and how you are doing and your progress week on week, so like I can just like show like one example run. Like let's say this was my run from some like 3-4 days back. So like basically you can see some active, like if you are just recording your using your phone, you can see some activities like what was your distance, your moving time and your pace and everything. And you can see for like your each kilometer what was your pace, and like these are like the very basic details you should be like like you need. If you are using some smartwatch or something, so then you'll then you'll see like your heart rate also, and like some other metrics if whatever that watch records. So yeah, so this is about like using the platform and everything. So yeah. So now I think we can go through the plans. So we have divided like the whole activity into 4 weeks. So like we'll be doing training for 4 weeks, and in the 5th week we'll be doing our race, which is the run for 5 kilometers or 3.1 miles. So here we have divided the plan into three different categories, like for beginners, for intermediates, and for advanced. So how to choose your category is it's fine even if you are in wrong category. It's fine like if you are intermediate and you are doing beginners one, so it's fine, like you'll still be improving. And if you are intermediate, you are doing advanced, it's still fine. But if you are like beginner and you are going for advanced, then it might be like slight struggle, and you might like if you push your body too much, you might end up like maybe getting some some small injury or something. So we'll go through how to get your category. So like let's say you haven't been doing anything in the past, like, or you are like in, or you have had a big gap, like you haven't run from like let's say 1 year or 6 months or something. So you can start there. So basically you're not doing any activity from last 6 months or 1 year, so we can start with beginner there. So that is like for the beginner category. For intermediate, it's basically like, let's say you are doing cycling, or like you are going to gym, and like you do some sort of cardio there. Like let's say you do some 5 minutes of treadmill warm up and cool down, or you're doing some other type of activity. So like, so then you can like kind of try the intermediate one. Still, like even if you want to go, like you don't want to push yourself too much, you can still join the beginner one. So that is for the intermediates. And for the advanced, it's like, for the advanced, we expect like you have already done 5K or something. So here, the aim is to basically get yourself faster. So if you're doing it in 35 minutes, we'll expect you to, do it in 30 minutes after doing the advanced program. So that's how you basically choose your category. And like for each category, we have like for each week we have 3 days of running. So like it's up to you, like if you're comfortable running on weekdays, you can do like 2 days on weekday and one on the weekend. Like you can so mostly our third day has the most amount of time of running for each week. So you will see here, like we have 30 minutes here, 19 here, and then like 26 for this one here. So yeah, so it's better to plan your third day on like Saturday or Sunday. And for your day 1 and 2, you can try like whatever works best for you during the weekdays, like let's say Tuesday and Thursday, and then your last run is on Saturday. So that also works. And like if you're planning to do something in between, uh, like let's say you ran on Tuesday and then you have a free day on Wednesday, so you can still do like some other cross training, like you can go to gym, or like if you are already going to gym, you can still continue doing that. You don't need to stop your other activity. So yeah, so that's like basically how to select your days. It's kind of up to your schedule and what other activities you are doing. But yeah, obviously we recommend like not to do 2 days continuously. Like if you have no time on weekday and you end up doing 2 activities on Saturday and Sunday, so that might be a little tricky. Like so some people can accommodate it, but for some it might be a struggle. Like you might feel very you know like you might feel some single here or there on Monday, and so yeah, that's about it. So I'll recommend like that's how mostly I design my training program. Like I usually keep like 1 day off, or like 1 day very easy thing. So yeah, so that's how or you can you can actually ask or shoot me a message or something, so how to basically select your training days if you have some other issue in like let's say you're going to gym or you have some other activity or something. Yeah, so now going through the plans, for the beginner people, what we are trying to achieve here is like get them to running. So we are trying we are not aiming for the pace here, and like we don't want to do it in within 30 minutes. We just want to complete the distance. So that's why we haven't defined any pace, like speed here, like you should run for this much distance or this much at this much speed. So it's basically you try like we are trying to build up your endurance based on timings. So you basically run for 10 minutes on day 1, and you can have some gaps in between, like maybe you run for 5 minutes, or like whatever you feel comfortable during the initial runs. So it can be 2 minutes of running, and then you walk for 1 minute, and then 2 minutes again, then walk, and then repeat, basically repeat until you have run for 10 minutes. Even if you're feeling like if you are in beginner zone and you are feeling very good, like sometimes what happens is when you're running, you might not feel any issue. So you might push yourself, like you'll see there are 10 minutes in the plan, but like you are feeling really good at 10 minutes and you might try to push yourself to 15. So that might not help. Better like when you are in the initial days of running, try to stop yourself from running too much also, because that might lead to injuries. So like test yourself for 2-3 weeks, follow the plan, and then we can uh, like start pushing the body. So in my initial days I faced a lot of this issue. So like I used to get injured like after every like I used to push myself. Instead of doing 2 kilometers, I used to go for 5 and then end up getting injured and then rest for 1 week. So that leads to demotivation and all that. So better to follow the plan and wait for the results. So like for beginner, you will see we are just increasing the time for each run. So we go from 10 minutes to like around 30 minutes over the 4 weeks. And like, so like once you have done 30 minutes, will like it will be easy to do. Even if you're running your 5K in 40 minutes, like you will be able to do it in 40 minutes. You will be able to run the 40 minutes thing on your race day. So for the intermediate, so instead of following just the time thing, here we have introduced distance. So like instead of running for just 2 minutes, we do like a run for 1 mile and then walk for some time and then do another mile. And so like first day you will do just 1 mile, then we increase the miles to close to your race distance. So like you'll see during the 4th week we are near our race distance, which is 3 miles, but we are not crossing that. Like we are always staying like less than the 3 miles, and just on your race day we are going for the whole 5K. So this kind of training is actually called like interval training, like where you kind of push yourself for some time and then you like take rest and again do the same distance or same thing for another interval of time. So this is the only difference in the intermediate and beginner one. So yeah, like if you have any doubt regarding this, you can, like, this might be slightly tricky between intermediate and beginner one, because we are just, you know, uh, like here we have defined something 2 minutes we are doing, and then in like distance one you might be going slow initially and then a slow fast initially, and then you might slow down or something. So like you will like find yourself confused, okay, or what should I do in this case? So yeah, like if you have any doubts or something, you can like bring them up here, or you can like message me later or to other trainers also, that's fine. So for the third category, which is the advanced one, here we are trying to improve our pace. So like so initial like burn day is just like kind of warm up and get yourself started, and from like second day onwards we are doing pace-based training. So here what we do is like we run some 0.5 miles for a pace which is faster than your like previous 5K. So let's say like your previous 5K was at 30 minutes, which is around 10 minutes per mile. So here you will try to do your first 0.5 mile interval at like, let's say 9.5 minutes per mile, or like you can try for like 9 also. So like that depends on how your body is responding to the effort. So like initially you can experiment slightly within 9 to 10. Like if you can go faster, you can go even further, like 8.5 or 9. So like that depends on how your body takes it. But try to go initially slowly. Like if it was 10 minutes per mile, try to go at like 9.5 or something, because again if you just push too much like directly, it might lead to some problems for some runners. Like yeah, like me, I usually face a lot of issues. So here like what we do is we do just one interval per week, like which has some higher pace. Other intervals are just to build up again, like keep your endurance up, and we follow that for like 3 weeks straight up, 4 weeks straight up. Yeah. So here again, you can actually, like if you were feeling really like if your fast pace was really easy on your first week, you can try like increasing that pace in your second week and so on and so forth. So yeah. So yeah, that's mostly about how to do, like how to go through the training plans. And so usually before running, what we do is like so like if we have mentioned here 10 minutes of running and then walk, so like better to just get warmed up and do like 2-3 minutes of like very light jog before your run, so that your body is warmed up. and even better if you do like stretches beforehand. So like we have given some exercises which you can like do pre and post your run. So basically we want to work on our quads and hamstrings and like our hip flexor muscles. Mostly these three are the ones which are engaged while running. Like your upper body is also engaged, like your core is also engaged, but these are the major parts for now. Like we'll focus on these first. So we want to stretch our quads and like our hamstring and calves muscles uh, uh, and our hip flexors. So like I can maybe so like the first exercise is basically to for your quad stretch. So I'll send you the how to do these exercises with a link, or maybe we can just do a quick open this link.
So I have one question here.
Yeah.
I mean, either you can or Rachna can answer this. So when we choose a category, do we need to update that somewhere in Strava app, or do we need to tell someone that we are training in this particular category, or is this something that we just follow?
I think you can just like this is we are not aiming for the any pace here, right? We just want to do our 5K. So like it's up to you like to decide, but you can definitely like you can discuss with other people who are already running to decide your category. But you don't need to update it anywhere, as far as I know. Like on Strava, you don't need to update, but for a WhatsApp group, I'm not sure. Like maybe Rachna can tell you. Yeah.
Yeah, you don't need to update. It's all about participation.
Okay.
So like the first stretch, okay, yeah. So this is your like first stretch. Basically, you are stretching your quads and your glutes. So I'll just share this link also later. So the next one is your hip openers. So like in running, like a lot of work is being like, because this is the joint which moves, right? Like the hip joint. So it's better to stretch it up like before you run. So this is like one really easy exercise to do that. So even if you are not able to take your, now in this particular exercise, the trainer is like taking the knee completely like perpendicular, but like it's fine like if you're not able to stretch that much up. So it depends on your flexibility, and like it can come like easily like if you do it continuously. So yeah. Next is arm circle. So this is just to kind of like warm up your shoulders and upper body. So it's easy one. And the last one is the Frankenstein walk. One second. So as you progress, like you can include some more exercise also, like for your lower back and like for your, especially for your calves and for your ankles also. But yeah, like if you are taking it slowly, and so like these 4 exercises are good enough for now.
Bhupinder, are we, is there a suggested number of repetitions or like a duration for which we should do these exercises?
Like usually we end up doing like around 10 to 15 reps of all of these. So like now like for this particular one, this Frankenstein walk, so like doing 10 times on each leg should suffice. 10 to 15. Yeah. Actually most of the people don't like end up not doing any stretches, so it's like always better to do something instead of nothing. Like I have seen, even like sometimes I am also lazy and I end up not doing the stretches, but yeah, it's important. And especially like initially it's quite important, like maybe later on in future, like if you're running every day, then your body is kind of used to it. But like when you're just starting running and like your body doesn't know, okay, like this is gonna happen to me, so it's better to kind of stretch it before you run. Yeah. So these are like some of the more add-on ones. Like if you want, like it's not added in the plan, but yeah, like I'll update this link so that. So it takes like around 5 minutes. It won't take more than 5 minutes to do all the stretches. So yeah. And like after stretches, you can just like kind of do like slight jog for 2-3 minutes, and then you can start with your plan. So like that's the ideal way to go about it. Like you can like bring on changes here and there, that's fine. So this is for the post run. So here again, like we'll be following on like the hip flexors and lower back and some calves and the quads. So like, so this is for your like hip joint, and your hamstring is also important. So this, so like there are different just variations of stretching your, like this is for like your, again your hip flexors and glutes also. Yeah. Like if you have any doubts about like the posture or something, you can always like ping any one of us and we can like try to get it corrected, or like there, like usually you can just like these are easy enough and you can Google about them also. Like here, like we don't know how the trainer is going into this particular pose, like this cobra pose. So like if you have doubts regarding those, we can help with that. So yeah, so that's mostly about all the stretches.
So are these post-run stretches?
Yeah, these are post-run stretches. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Another thing, like we did a pre-run jog, right? So you can do the same after the run also, just to cool down. So like if you are done with your last interval, like let's say for this particular case, you did your 0.5 mile fast and then you walked for 1 minute and then again 0.5 miles, then again walk. Then after your last 0.5 mile, again you can just do like 1 minute cool down or like 5 minutes cool down, depending on your. So cool down is basically a very slow run, like at walking, like you can walk also, or you can do it at like very very low pace. So if you are like, let's say you are doing a 10-minute per mile interval, you can do like 13-14 minute per mile cool down. So yeah. So like yeah, that's mostly about all the plans. Again, you might find again like some of, for some people it will be pretty easy. They'll be like, okay, this is not difficult at all. For some it will be difficult. So it's again, it depends on like what's your physical condition right now. So you can always like upgrade after a week. Like if you are in beginner and you're feeling it pretty easy, you can go to intermediate and so on and so forth. Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, that's mostly from my side. If you have like any doubts, you can let me know.
Thank you, Bhupinder. That was a very informative talk. I hope all of our runners follow your advice and pace themselves according to the plan. So I will now talk about some of the other fun aspects of the program. So there are prizes for everyone in the training session. So, and it's all about participation and consistency. So if you follow the plan and you run and you log your runs in Strava, you'll get points for those runs. And if you attend the session also, you'll have points for attending the session. So don't forget to take your mobile with you if you're to log your run in the Strava app. And if you have a Fitbit or Apple Watch or a similar gadget, then you can also link that up with Strava, so you don't have to carry the phone also. So don't forget to record your runs, run consistently, and you will get points for that. I'll share my screen to show you how the points and prices work.
So I see that some of the runners have started running in the club. So will those be counted towards the event?
So since this is the first session, we will start our week from Monday. So how Strava Strava has a leaderboard, right, which shows you what everyone is doing. So it goes from Monday to Sunday. So we will start with this Monday, since we have introduced the session training program just now.
Okay.
Okay, so I will share my screen. Okay, so this is a rough layout. So just to give everyone an idea. So these are the activities for which you earn points, and the next column shows how many points you earn and the maximum possible points in a week. So every goal completed means every run that you're that you're running. So if you don't log in your run also, you can just tell us that you completed your goal for the week, and you'll have 1 for each of the goals, and so 3 maximum points. And if you do all the 3, then this is like a bonus point for doing everything. Then you attend at least 1 training session in a week, then you have 2 more points. And if you're logging in everything in Strava, then you earn extra points for that also. So 1 for each run and 3 maximum. And every minute spent training. So this is just to encourage more participation in the training session. So if you're attending, let's say, more than 1 training session, then apart from the 2 points, you also get some more points here. And the last one is for every $10 raise. So this I will talk about more in a while. So this just shows how many extra, so how many total points you earn. So these 16 points is like the basic training session points, and then there are bonus points for fundraising, which I'll talk about. And then as you accumulate your points, you can redeem them for some fun prizes. So this is just a list of prizes, and you can go through this and choose what you like and see how many points you need for those. And then as soon as you earn those points, you can just tell us that you want to redeem this prize. So this would be mostly on a first come first serve basis, because each of the prizes has a limited numbers. So everyone will get something, but depending on who asks first, the choice will be a first come first serve. Yeah, so that is how you can earn some fun prizes. And so there are extra points. This every $10 raised is for fundraising. So as you all know, that Asha is a non-profit organization. So our goal is to support education of underprivileged kids in India. How we do this is we raise funds here in US, and we support some of the NGOs back in India who actually do the work on ground. So, and in the COVID times, it has become even more difficult for the NGOs there to get funds from other sources. So they are really depending on us to continue the education of underprivileged kids. And it has become even more important now, since those kids are not able to attend schools as they regularly do, because they don't have, because everything is online this year, and everyone doesn't have the resources. So these NGOs actually make sure that they are continuing their education by going personally to them and teaching them. So it would be really helpful if you could help us in raising some funds for that. So the way you can do this is by creating a donation profile. So I'll show you what a donation profile is. Okay, so this is Asha Purdue's website, and we have a donation profile web page here. So these are mostly volunteers in Asha who have created profiles. So you can see Priyankar here. He's our president. So he has set a target of raising $1,000, and this is how much he has raised so far from so many donors. And there's a donation link here, and there's also a description. So you can write anything you want here. So I can show you my profile also. So so I have written a longer post, so maybe people won't read it, but if you want to tell them that where exactly the money is going, you can write all that to encourage more donors. So I'm just talking about where exactly the money is going and how much impact it makes. So a $5 can support daily needs of an orphan for a week. So that will increase the appeal that people can donate any amount they want. No amount is small. So this is how you can make a difference while having fun running. So we will share a link to where you can just fill up the form with your like description, photograph, and your target, and we will make the page for you and send you the link, and then you can do the fundraising, and that would be really helpful for us. So we hope that you all, everyone who is watching the video, makes a profile, and you will earn extra points for that too. So there's 1 point each for every $10 raised, and that will go into your prices. Yeah, so that is all about the prizes and the fundraising. So if you have any question, just shoot us any messages in the WhatsApp group or email. So if you are watching the video and if you haven't registered, then do register. The link will be shared with you wherever you're watching the video, so that we can add you to the WhatsApp group, and you can get regular updates. We will also send updates on email, so you're not missing out on anything, but it's just easier conversation on WhatsApp. So yeah, that's it. Hope you'll have fun during this session and during the next 1 month. Thank you.